Hi there, I'm Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I talk about all things in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? You all right? I want to get into this because I want to go ahead and just hit into it. Because this is something very serious. You have been following me for the past couple of weeks. I have been talking about locking in, you locking in, we're locking in to pass this Naplex, and it is time. It's time for the big reveal. It's a time, as you see, it's the Naplex Lock In. We're talking about it. We're going to lock in on it, okay? Now let's get started. Because one thing I'm going to say this, and one thing I learned as a coach, a Naplex Success coach, Naplex Success strategies terms, interchangeably sometimes, depending on what the context we're talking about. But one of the things I have learned is that it is hard. A lot of times people want the self-study thing because they don't want people in their face and not understand it. Sometimes it's not your judge because sometimes somebody's in your face, you are responsible and you held accountable for what you need to do. And I totally get that. But here we're gonna talk about it. Okay? Let's talk about it. And let me just ask you this simple question. What's harder for you? Is it studying for the Netflix or staying accountable to the plan that you already know you should be following? What is the hardest thing for you? What is that? What does it look like? Most people don't fail because they can't learn. They fail because they don't track what they're doing. They don't reflect. They don't stay consistent. And it's always a problem. We build inconsistency. And today we're going to fix that. Okay? We're going to fix that because I know what it's like to feel like you have zero clarity. You stuck in a cycle of studying, but not really knowing if it's working. How I know that? Why? Because I did it myself. Also because I helped pharmacists do it as well. Like over the past 5 years, I don't say five, since 2017, I have helped pharmacists pass this exam. And I see that one of the common things I always say is that I put in the hours. I put in the hours, but the momentum is just not there. And I get it. It can be very frustrating. And if I'm talking to you, drop it in the comments. Say, hey, it's me. You talking to me. Like, let me know if I'm talking to you, okay? Because that's one of the things we need to talk about. It's like, hey, you talking to me. And I need to know that. So let's get into it because I want to make sure I'm staying on topic. I got my little notes. If you see them from the side, I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure I hit my points and I said things to say, okay. And like I said, I know the reason it's very frustrating because I've seen my clients. I've helped many people pass the exam. I've helped people who come into the program and they just didn't put in the work and they did not pass the exam. So I really understand what it means. And it's very frustrating when you look around, and I know from experience, when you look around, you see other people pass and you see other people going through with their life because I was that person. I truly was that person when it came to my studying. It was so hard. Like it just one of the things you look at me like, man, everybody's passing me by, but I'm not. Everybody's moving on with their lives. They're studying, they're starting families, they're traveling, and here I am just still studying. I'm still robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm just going. I'm trying to climb this mountain that always seems that it's always a hump or something that's knocking me down at all times. But I want to share something with you and I want to make sure I encourage you and take a moment to encourage you. Even if you are feeling this way, there is still time. Even though now, even though we got less than 100 days left in this year, even though we got 100 days left in this year, I want you to know that that does not mean you don't have time. You still have time to pass the NAPLEX by December 31st, 2025. Yes, you still have time to pass this exam by this year if you lock in now. But you gotta lock in. You don't have time. We can't be waiting till January to get serious. We can't wait. We gotta start. We can start October 6th. Let that be your starting line. October 6th, let's go. We're going to lock in. We're going to get it started. And here's why I want to make sure I say this lock in because I really want to talk about the accountability of what's needed. For instance, right? When it comes to accountability, when I wrote I want to share the importance of it. When I wrote this book here, this Naplex Playbook, when I wrote this book here, it was one of those things. I was dragging on. I was dragging, and I had this idea. I said I had two products I wanted to come out with. And one product was some flashcards. But then I was like, no, I want to get this done because I think this would be better with my coaching. And I kept procrastinating on it. I started and I finished a little bit. But then I got accountability. I had this one person that said, hey, you gonna get this done at 30, and you gonna get this done by the next time we have our call, it's gonna be done. And I literally completed this book in 1 month because I was stop starting stop for starting. But when I had this accountability. It was not stop and start. It was, let's get it done, let's make it happen. I didn't want to, it was no more me stop starting and finishing. I had to get it done. There was no more excuses because I had someone checking in on me saying, no, did we get this? And I knew by the next time we had our phone call, I had to do it. And that's exactly what I do with pharmacists. One of the pharmacists you may have known and seen, I'm going to put a thing here and even talk about her, Dr. Scroggins. I had a reaction video that I said for her. Let me make sure I make a timestamp so I can know where I need to break this in. Even with Dr. Scroggins, right? We talked about her. She had joined the Naplex Restart Challenge last year in October. She joined us in January. And look at now, June she passed the Naplex. August she passed the NPJE. We are in September. Just last week, we helped her prepare for her interview. We're not playing any games. She here's going to be a registered pharmacist, and she started out this year. She wasn't playing any games. It's the lock in method. We got to lock in and get it done because oftentimes we see that. And Dr. Scroggins, she went from struggling to studying with structure. And when she started studying with structure, she found her rhythm, and she was able to find her rhythm to study efficiently, study effectively, and fast. And look at me, and she passed. And this lock in, I want to make sure now that let you know that this lock in that I want to do, this Naplex lock in, it's not for hundreds of people. I want to be very intimate. I want to be a community that pods really no more than 20 people. I want a community where, because I don't want to lose control of the crowd. I don't want people to come in just all that stress and just coming in. Because I'm gonna even tell you a big secret. Me and my clients had a conversation just last week about this as well. About how one of my clients who was preparing for the exam for and she got so overwhelmed because she went to that Facebook group and I said, let me tell you something. I'm gonna free y'all something. I'm gonna free a couple of y'all who watching this, okay? Not all of y'all, but I'm gonna tell you some of it. Going into them Facebook groups, especially the popular one, Naplex group, it's like a breathing ground for anxiety. It is a breathing ground for anxiety like no other. I am a pharmacist. I am a registered pharmacist. I have been a registered pharmacist since 2018. I I have worked I have worked in, this is my one, two, three. This is my fourth industry within the pharmacy field that I'm currently in. And when I go into the Facebook group, it's so much anxiety. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to leave because it's just too much. I we at Pharmacy RPH cultivate a community of uplifting of letting you knowing it's possible because it's just a whole bunch of ball of anxiety. People asking stuff, freaking out, and this and they want to share your anxiety, share that, and it's just like, baby, misery needs company. It's just that, and to those, and I'm not shaming the group at all, and those who in it, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if you go into that group and then within 5 or 10 seconds you feel a shift and it's just your heart start racing and things and you just feel uncomfortable, baby, get out that group because it's just you feeling the anxiety of it. It's a lot. It's a lot, okay? But that's my tidbit for Mr. on this topic because I don't want to shame nobody. I want to be mostly focused on this Naplex Lock In. But I felt the need to share that, and I wanted to share it with you. But that's definitely one. Other thing I want you to do, I want you to simply understand what this lock in is. Something that I notice that my clients need when we're trying to go in the accountability. It's accountability where you can constantly lie to yourself, but when you show up, I know what you're doing, what you're not doing. It's one of those coaching calls. I'll say, "Hey, you're not doing this. You didn't do this." Like, how you know that? Because I can tell how you answer things. We pay attention to how you answer things. And before I go into, I do want to go into and talk about building, like how we can building clarity, momentum, and discipline. But before I go into that, I want to make sure that I want to tell you that we're going to do a Naplex lock in. And if you are really ready to be held accountable for yourself, I want you to hit this like, make the subscribe button, but I also want you to go into LaQuitaJohnson.com/Naplex locked in because we're about to build clarity and momentum together. And I want us to break down. Let's really talk about clarity. Let's talk about these three things of what do they mean? What is clarity and things? And clarity is simply knowing exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, and how you'll measure your success. And with this now plus lock in, that's exactly what we're going to do. We want to build clarity. How are we going to build clarity? One, because this here is included. With this here, it literally says a 40-day step-by-step guide to passing the Naplex. A 40-day step-by-step guide. There's no more guessing in what you're doing. There's pages in here that tell you what you're about to do. It's going to tell you, hey, we're going to do this. On day 13, we're going to do just this. It tells you what we're doing. There's no guessing. Clarity. You got to know about that. You got to know what you're doing. And a lot of times we wake up in the morning and we're just starting out, oh, I guess I'm going to do this, do that. No, you know exactly what you're going to do because it's laid out day by day what we're going to study, what we're going to do. And you're going to measure it because we have things that do the check out to say, hey, we're going to measure just this. Clarity. You have to understand clarity. Second thing is going to be your momentum. And I'm going to say this too. And one of the things of Dr. Selvin, she was in our program last year, and she was she was one of the first people who got access to this. And she said, Dr. Lee, this was such a game changer. I didn't know I had more clarity. I knew what was happening. I knew what was expected. I knew what was expected of me. I knew what to learn. And she said, oh my gosh, and what you got in here is like a game changer because now I'm held responsible. And then you asked me a question, make sure I understood it. Yes, because we have to have clarity. When you don't have clarity, you just going in. Like I think I gave this example a couple of weeks ago. It's just like going in like the Terminator, go do 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 do, just shooting all type of places, and you ain't hear nothing. But when you go in Jason Bourne, you are straight assassinate. You assassinate. You going precise because you know what to focus on. The same thing is with the next thing is going to be momentum. Because oftentimes we want to climb this big mountain. We see this mountain of, hey, the mountaintop is here and it says pass, but we missing the steps to get to the pass, and we missing those small steps that add up to the pass and result. It's like climbing the mountain one step at a time. They always say, what's the best way to eat an elephant? One step at a time. I was going to say, um how did the chicken cross the road? One step at a time. Just momentum. We taking small steps. These small daily steps in here every single day, doing these small daily steps add up to the big one, add up to your passing. Because a lot of times what I've learned, even in something simple of, we haven't even studied all the chapters. This here forces you to study all the chapters because it's needed. You have to study all the chapters because it's really needed. Third thing we need to do, we're gonna is focus on this lock-in. It's all about discipline. Discipline, not perfection, but discipline. It's about setting up that system that makes it, that setting up that system that makes it harder to fall off. because a lot of times it's easy for us to fall off. That discipline is simply plan. It's simply plan, execute, reflect, repeat. Plan, execute, reflect, repeat. It's gonna do just it's doing just that. You don't have to necessarily plan, because guess what? If you in a lock in, this comes with it. And this is the first time I'm actually doing this. This is the first time. And I'm really excited because you know why? This was designed to do just what we're doing in Naplex Locked In. It was designed for us to lock in and get things done. A 40-day intensive where we're going to lock in and we're going to cover all the material and information. We're going to focus on what's important. You're going to have accountability, weekly accountability. You're also going to reflect on it because we know you need it. And it's exactly what we do in the Formula to RPH method. This is exactly what we do in the Formula to RPH method. We focus on that prep, that daily consistency. That's exactly what we're doing, and you getting exposed to a portion of the method. And you had pharmacists like Dr. Scroggins. She just didn't magically pass. She built clarity around her study blocks. She found belief in herself by tracking her wins, by tapping to the motivation every day. She created momentum with her consistency. And that's what we're going to do. Even Dr. Selman, she came to me on her third attempt. She was about to sit for her, well, she came to me on her fourth attempt. She was going to sit for her fourth attempt. She took the exam 3 times. And it came with a consistency to the point where she said, I started enjoying studying. I love to challenge myself and quiz myself because I knew what was expected. And I became the game. I was ready for you doing our calls. And that's what's needed. You have to find the game. So I want to give you a piece of this clarity, belief, and momentum. I want to give you a piece of it. And one being clarity to simply, if you don't do anything else, just track your progress. Track your progress. That's why we log. That's what you do. I want you to do that today. I want you to track your progress. What did you study today? Track your progress. What did you study today? What did you actually finish? See, in here, it tells you what to study. It ain't no, what did you study? But they want to reflect. What did you do today? What did you actually finish today? That's giving clarity, because when you got clarity of where you're going, you know what to focus on. If I didn't, you didn't complete it. At the end of the day, if it takes you 3 days on one chapter, baby, you doing too much. Because you got to have clarity of seeing this. Tracking your progress daily, line by line. What did you do? What you do today? What you do every hour? Then your belief. You want to build confidence. Build confidence. In this playbook, edition like that, there's motivation. We're not gonna trade it, because, like, again, I say your mindset is everything with us. It's everything we use as a team. It's people don't like to talk about it. This is a spiritual warfare. Sometimes it is a spiritual warfare. And sometimes this is a spiritual warfare. We have to go feed Goliath. We got to defeat Goliath. Goliath has to be fought. We can't sit here and be like, oh, I can't do this. I can't. We have to go feed Goliath. Goliath is it. We have to do just that. We got to feed Goliath. Next thing we want to make sure we do, with the confidence, is sometimes you got to reflect and grow. How you know you're progressing? How do you know you're going from step A to step B? How do we know this? We gotta be really, really into it. And I want to say too, like the momentum. You gotta have clarity, you gotta have that belief, but you gotta have the momentum. Keep the cycle going with accountability. Because the lack of accountability, the reason why people don't know what to do or they fall off, because they're not, because it's you can't hold yourself accountable. It's just like joining a weight loss program, going to a dietitian, getting a personal trainer. You can go into the gym, but you want somebody to make sure that they are toning the right things you want to tone. You need the accountability, because I know if I don't have accountability, I'm gonna slip up and I'm not gonna go to the gym. See, that's what a trainer do. A coach, you got that expert guidance, because I will shortchange myself, and the accountability is really needed. And I'll be very honest with you, because I'm gonna be very honest with you, and I'm even gonna share something. It's not easy. It has not always been easy for me, because again, I know the feeling of studying for the exam, and you see people pass, and it's like, man, I don't know why I was smarter than them in pharmacy school. Well, I know I was doing this, and I know I was doing that, and that feeling of comparison, watching others move forward with their life while you still in the slums. But as I mentioned before, environment, mental and physical environment changes things. When I was able to hold myself accountable, the accountability changed everything. When I logged in daily what I did, when I looked at and saw all the things I accomplished every week, when I leaned on community, I started seeing results, not just motion. And community is another big thing. To be in a community where people are not making excuses, we're not hiding behind anxiety, we're saying, okay, I am ready to lock in, I'm locking in, I'm doing it. I'm doing it when I'm scared. I'm doing it when I don't feel like it. I am constantly doing it. We're not doing results, we're doing motion. I mean, not just motion, we're doing results. Sorry. But those are the things we're doing, and we keep going, and we keep making it. And that's why, that's how this playbook here was written. Because a lot of times too, we think that we need all the time in the world. You may think, oh, 40 days is not enough. It is. It is. I'll tell you how I know. Because one of the things I did do, one of the things is, this is what happened. I changed my environment. I left a place that created so much anxiety for me. I started studying in a library. And when I started studying in the library, I became consistent with my time and my schedule. I got clarity on, I'm going to study this topic, this topic. I planned my topics for the week, and I stuck to it. But if you got the Naplex playbook, you ain't got to plan nothing, because it's already here. It's already built in, weekly, daily, done. Right? That's one of the things we did. I planned that. I simply stopped. I got into the right environment, and I still hold myself accountable for the things I needed. I leaned on the community. I leaned on one person that was there and was accountable. I made sure she showed up. She made sure I showed up, and we locked in. And that's what it is. And it doesn't take that long, because when I started locking in, I started getting that clarity. I got the momentum. I got that discipline. And when I got that, I started on April 1st. I started April 1st. By May, I took the exam on May 9th. On May 9th, I had graduated from pharmacy school May 8th, and I said by the year I graduated from pharmacy school, I want to at least pass this exam. And by May 9th, I took the exam. On May 9th, I took the exam, and it was my last time taking the exam. And if you do the math, there are 30 days. There are 30 days in April. I took it on May 9th. So we're gonna say 8 days, because I went study. I took it on May 9th. 8 days. In 38 days, I locked in, and I passed the exam. This is a 40-day book, and I will see people, and I've seen my clients, when they lock in, they come into the program. Yes, the Naplex Play program is 6 months. But when they come in, because we have built-in time, because I know people takes time, we got to unlearn some things. But when we unlearn those things and we come in, and when they finally hit that lock in phase, it only gonna take you 40 days to lock in and get it done. Come hell or high water, we in it. And that's why. This is why I understand. I understand people don't have 6 months. I understand people want to get past the exam by December 25th. I understand it. I understand that you want something that you can lock in, be simple, and let's go. You want accountability. You want a community. You want clarity. We're giving you all that. And this is why I created the Naplex Lock In. It's starting October 6th. It is a 40-day A 40-day. I wouldn't even call it a challenge. I don't know what to call it at this point, but I wouldn't even call it a challenge. I won't say a challenge, but it's a 40-day discipline. A 40 days of not making excuses. 40 days of showing up for yourself. 40 days of I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, so I decided to make one. 40 days. 40 days where you get access to this here, this here, daily motivation, accountability, live study sessions, community. To make sure we're not falling off. We're not falling off. And if you're ready to move, let's move. Go to LaQuitaJ.com/lock in and join today. Join today. Join today. I am doing this as a beta. Beta, because if it does successful, I will bring it back. If there's a high demand, we'll bring it back. But I want to start off with intimate setting where there's 20 people, and I want to bring it back. But I can't say if I will. I said I want to bring it back, but I can't say with how it goes. But this is something I'm doing right here. We're gonna lock in, and if you're not sure what it is, I want to tell you that if you're not sure, let's I'll say this. If you're not sure, that's absolutely fine. If you have questions, email us, let us know, comment, let us know. But one of the things I want to say this, don't let you, if you're not sure because of fear, that's it. Let's not do that. And I'm gonna go back to the very topic of what I've learned is some people rather take it alone been held the account, like they don't want the accountability because they know they got to rise to the occasion, and they want to keep making excuses for themselves. And if you want to keep making the excuse for yourself, this is not it. This is not for you. This is not for you. If you want to keep making excuses for yourself, this is for someone who is planning to take the exam in November or December. This is someone who's planning to take the exam in November or December who's saying, "I'm gonna take this exam by this time." This is for you. This is the Naplex Lock In. We're going to lock in. We're going to cover every single topic, and we're going to do discipline. We're going to have producing results and not just motion saying, "Oh, I'm studying." We're going to be productive, not active, running in place. Because you can be active running in place but not going nowhere. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. So we're going to move. And we're going to move by what we're going to join a lock in, and we're going to get serious with it. We do start on September, Lord. We do start on October 6th. Next week. We're starting. Don't wait till January. Don't wait till January and don't keep comparing yourself to others. This is your season to lock in. This is your season to build clarity, to build momentum, to build belief, and to finally get your Naplex done. To finally get past behind this score. To get RPH. So say it with me. Lock in. Lock in. We're going to lock in. It's time to lock in. Because your dreams are where your family's depending on you, your spouse is depending on you, your kids is depending on you, you are depending on you, your dreams. You have put so much, you have sacrificed so much these past couple of years, and wow, we want to sit here and just stay there. Stay in stagnation. It is time. We have to go. We have to do more. We have to do more. It's just time for us to do more and for us to stop playing with ourselves. Stop playing on the gift that God has given you. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that I just told one of my clients. Because she has been with me since last year. Yes, last year. And yes, I do have clients like that. I do. But let me tell you something with her. And I had to have a pep talk with her. I said, I'm going to tell you something. You came in this program. You came in this program last year with Dr. Selman. Dr. Selman came on her 4th attempt. She has passed and now living her best life. Did you see her post when she went to Disney World for her birthday? Because she's living her best life. That's what she was freed. I said, then you come in this program with Dr. Scroggins. Dr. Scroggins has passed his exam. What are we waiting on? What are we doing? When are we going to look at ourselves and say, hey, I can do it? Because that's one of the things you need the clarity. And I have to be transparent with you because I need you to understand it. Not you got to have the mindset to get ready to move. You got to have the mindset to say, I want to lock in, come hell or high water. I'm going to pass this exam. I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of doing it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I need somebody to come in and say, hey, push me to go further. I need the accountability. I need the belief that somebody who's already passed the exam has passed the exam, and I see a representation of it. Somebody who has passed the exam teach us to pass the exam and believe in me that I can pass the exam. Because sometimes you can't believe in yourself. Like I said a couple times before, and I was like the Bible, the man said, "I believe, but help my unbelief." And the unbelief is the unbelief is you need clarity. You need momentum. You need accountability, and you need community. Because if not, you're gonna stay right there and see. Because one of the things I said about that client, here's the truth of the matter. When I told her, I said, "Do you realize this Dr. Selman passed, Dr. Scroggins passed, and you still here?" I almost cussed. Let me stop. She got off her butt. She got off her butt. She started working because she see now she is her worst enemy. She see now she is holding herself back. Are you going to continue to hold yourself back? Or are you going to start making excuses and say, hey, I got this. I'm going to pass this exam come hell or high water. I will defeat Goliath. What the song says, I got the devil under my feet. Do you got the devil under your feet, or you start here playing? You like comfort. You don't want me near you because you know now it's a mirror to how you're studying poorly. It's a mirror for you. And you don't want that. See, that's what it is. It's a mirror. Having a Naplex coach is a mirror for you. And it's time. It's just time for us to stop holding behind, stop stop being behind the wall. And it's time for us to bust through the door. When we say I consider life in a tunnel, it's time. We have less than 100 days in this year, but you still got time to pass the exam. It only took me 38 days. 38 days. Because I decided to lock. When I locked in, I locked in. It took me 38 days past the exam. I literally read the entire book, took all my notes, and practiced the exam in 38 days. Covered every topic. Had no days off. No days off. I locked in. I had no days off. I did have evenings, but no days off. Every day I did something to prepare me for my future because I knew I couldn't make no more excuses. I had a mother who was working every day and trying to say, hey, I'm going to help you with this. I had a father who said, hey, I know it's rough, but I'm going to help you with this. I couldn't wait. No more excuses. I had people waiting, people who sacrificed, who poured seeds into me to get to where I was. And here I was being stagnant and basically spitting in their face because I wasn't being serious. It's time. And if you are ready to put no days off to go in for these next 40 days, to really go in and say, I'm going to pass this exam, you got that grit. You got that mama mentality. You got to say, I'm going hell or high water. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for this new. I'm ready for this new phase because I know that on the other side I'm going to grow. I'm going to be the best self. I'm going to be the best person. I'm going to be the best, my best self, the highest I ever been. If you are ready, this is for you. This is not for nobody who want to be. I don't know this. Baby, we ain't got time for that. It's time. It's time for you to show up. It's time for you to rise up. You didn't already took the pre-req to get into pharmacy school. You already passed pharmacy school. You graduated. You are a pharmacist. It's time to become a registered pharmacist. It's time. But let me come because I feel like I'm preaching to you. So we start October 6th. We start October 6th. Lock in. Let's lock in. Let's go. And I'm gonna say this. I see you October 6th. It's time for you to lock in. Let's go. Until next time. Remember that pharmacy is only if you are. Now go be great, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, peace out. It's time. It's time.